What's good, GBO crewits? Your girl back with another video, and if you're new here...
Oh, hi, thanks for checking in. I'm still a piece of garbage.
And welcome back to another episode of the TalkToMeNice Podcast, where we have Talk to Me Tuesdays, and basically we pick a topic and we just talk it up, real conversational, just me and you. And for today's episode, you can see we're talking about some dating deal breakers. There's really no real, I haven't really no notes for this. There's no really instruction for it. And this is going to be the episode since it's more like kind of chill. I'm actually going to try to do this in one take and not try to record the whole thing 3 times, because it literally takes me like 2 to 3 times before I'm satisfied with how the podcast comes out. But anyways, before we get into this topic, make sure that you hit that subscribe button and keep up with all the Talk to Me Nice episodes, which are in their own playlist right here on my channel, so it's super easy to navigate. And with no further ado, let's just get right into this topic. So I asked you guys on my Instagram, what are some dating deal breakers for you? And so basically, since I did have quite a few of you guys send me in some stuff, I'm kind of just going to go off of you guys and kind of elaborate on them and also give a little bit of mine. So you guys kind of give a variation of some different stuff where some of them are kind of similar. So we're just going to go along and do that. So one of my dating deal breakers for me, it's pretty dead. It's quiet for him. You know, homeboy's not gonna get it at all. Spirituality, if we don't connect on a spiritual level, that's really a deal breaker for me. I will let you guys know, I'm Christian. I grew up in church. So, I literally believe that God is the sole purpose for why I'm able to do anything. All my talents, all my gifts are because of Him. When I succeed in anything, it's because, He made the opportunity. He opened the door for me. You know what I'm saying? He's the reason for everything I do. I just feel spiritually, if we can't really connect on that level, then I feel like it's going to be hard. We probably connect, maybe emotionally and, humor be the same. But, honestly, that spiritual connection I kind of really value. Because then it's I can't really talk to you about the area of my life. And I feel how good of a partner can you really be if I can't connect with you on all levels? So that's just me. That's one of my dating deal breakers. So let's get into yours, which y'all said was a dating deal breaker for you. One of y'all said not texting back fast enough or at all sometimes. Now for me, that kind of depends. I'm not sure how. It really depends, because honestly, I will say if you're not texting me back fast enough or something like that, or not texting at all, I'm going to take that account into the fact as you don't want to talk to me and you don't want to be bothered, and I'm not begging anyone for attention, which y'all shouldn't do either, because look, at that point you're worshiping somebody and the only person we worship is Jesus. No, I take that back. If you don't text me back, all that type of stuff, I take that as you don't want to be talked to. It may not be a deal breaker, especially if I know, kind of what your job is. If you're not, some people are just bad texters, and I get that, but y'all have got to have a limit to that little I'm a bad texter type of thing. But yeah, I don't know if that's a deal breaker for me, but it definitely can be annoying. It's probably gonna make me just feel like you don't want to be bothered, you know what I'm saying? Personally, for me, what I like talking on the phone. I like FaceTime me, all that type of stuff. I don't know. I feel like the reason why that is because in my last relationship, we used to talk a lot on the phone, so I'm kind of used to that little face-to-face thing. So yeah, I mean, if you're not a good texter, I feel like you need to at least FaceTime or something like that, because how are you supposed to get to know each other and communicate if you don't do that? That's yeah, I kind of feel you on that one, sis. So another one, somebody said a dating deal breaker for them was posting on social media numerous times but not responding to a text. And those two, the last one, are kind of similar. See, once again, kind of reiterating, I take that as you really don't want to talk to me. So I'm more than likely, I'm just going to leave you alone. And that goes for anybody. I'm not saying not even just the fact of I'm trying to talk to you, get to know you because I want to date you in the future. I'm saying friend-wise, we just became friends, and I get the vibe that you don't want to talk, but you can say you're on social media. Okay, that's cool. You don't want to talk to me. So we ain't gotta talk at all. Period. Like I said, I didn't really have any real guide to this one. I'm just kind of thinking of some deal breakers for me. Let me think. I don't know. Let me go through another one of you guys, and maybe I'll think of another dating deal breaker for me. So these two they were hitting kind of different. But this one we have to talk a little bit of time. Doesn't take into consideration a woman's struggle. And I feel with that, that is something that maybe a lot of guys don't think about. And I don't know why I have this rat tail comb here, head, you know what I'm saying? I think you don't get the bangs right, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, not taking consideration of women's struggle. And I feel like that has a lot to do with just relatability and understanding what women may go through, whether it be like with insecurities that we have, body image, how we look at ourselves. You know, if you really can understand that, which I feel like nowadays there are quite a few men that actually do get that, but there are still some that don't. But yeah, that goes in general. If you don't take into consideration how other people feel, you know, that can really be that can be a deal breaker for sure. And then also another one she said was fat ego. And this one is a huge deal breaker for me. Like that just, let's focus on the fat ego. All right, hold on. All right. I would like to think that I'm a humble person. Like I don't really, you know what I'm saying? Like I said, I thank God for all my talents, everything that I'm able to do. So like when somebody is like super cocky and arrogant, it's a huge debate for me, because it's like, well, and I feel like there's a very thin line between you being confident and then you just being like cocky and full of yourself. So yeah, a fat ego is kind of no. I don't even get or understand how people can even be with people like that, because I feel like you are literally just so gassed about yourself, like you don't have time to even look at somebody else or like even focus. And so obviously with a fat ego, he's not going to take into consideration another, you know, you're struggling, what you're going through, you know, or she's not gonna, you know, really care about that because her ego is so big. So yeah, no, that is definitely a deal breaker for me. And well, this is my best friend, so she pretty much hit them all on the head for me. Another one she said was lack of motivation or determination. That's a huge deal breaker for me. Look, I get it. We're in our 20s. We are not gonna have everything figured out in life. Totally get it, trust me. I don't know what I'm doing, and no one knows what we're doing over here. Okay, we're just all kind of running around in a big circle trying to figure life out. But I feel like if you don't at least have the motivation to find out what it is that you love, or, you know, you're not actively trying to do something, that is, I don't like that, because to me, that's a big sign of you being lazy, and that is not a good quality. So laziness is definitely a deal breaker for me. I don't like if I can tell that you're not motivated. I'm not saying you got to be working 24/7 like me. Like me, I like to work. I like to be busy. You know what I'm saying? I like to do stuff when I'm not working, like I'm editing or I'm filming, I'm recording music. Like I'm always in the go. I'm a go type of person. So, you know, I know how to chill. I have to learn how to chill more. But so I really can't do the whole like, you're just like not doing anything, no motivation, you don't have no type of goals. Like that's another thing. Like I don't like no one with no type of goals or ambition. I honestly feel like that is such, I don't want to use the word like a waste, because I feel like that's so harsh, but honestly, like I truly do not understand in my mind how can you literally have no goals? How can you have no ambition? How can you have no determination to finish something? Like I just don't get that at all, especially since I'm a very goal-oriented person. That would be a huge deal breaker for me. I don't know. I just feel like it's important, if you want to have some type of success in life and you really want to do something positive and make something of yourself, you have to have some form of a goal, some form of ambition to do something. And if you don't have determination to even finish out what you started, that's a big thing, because I'm glad she did about determination, because I'm about to focus on that. Determination means, you know, obviously, I feel like the determination to finish things that you start. So I feel like if you don't have the determination, the discipline to finish a simple task, I feel like in ways and in situations and in little circumstances, like some of those traits can like transfer over into the relationship aspect. Like if, you know, you don't follow through with certain things at work or in school, like if you're in your college or something, you know, I feel like those little traits you have of not feeling, of not finishing those types of things in your life, that can transfer over into like our relationship. And I'm not looking at that, because you really got to look at things how, like, that's what I'm saying. It's so important, because you really have to evaluate certain traits and qualities that a person has, because even though they may seem minuscule and small, they can seriously like transfer over when you really get to know a person. And even though it's small, you're like, I don't know, maybe it's not a big deal, blah blah. Oh, stuff. You know what I'm saying? Like sometimes those small. I know she's not running the washer and dryer right now, but anyways, those things. Small, whatever, you have to look at those types of qualities and traits and like little actions when you pick on certain things. Like, I don't know, that's the stuff you have to look for. And also, someone, obviously, this is a deal breaker for me too, only cares for my looks and not my mind. Yeah, that's a huge deal breaker, because I feel like I've learned, and I'm still learning, the fact that obviously I'm not gonna sit here and tell y'all that like physical attraction does not matter, because it does. Like, you don't see a girl walking down the street, if you're a dude or, you know, you're a girl, you don't see, you know, a nice pretty anything walking down the street like, oh, she has a wonderful personality on her. No, that is literally said no one ever. No one, not a single soul has said that. Like, obviously, you see someone and you feel some type or form of physical attraction towards them. So I don't like people say that it doesn't matter. Looks do not matter, but having an attraction to someone that does matter. I don't really care how you put it, because yeah, I don't feel like we can really sit here and say that like that physical attraction doesn't matter at all, because before, like, I think honestly, a guy, for example, before he goes up and talks to a girl, like, he obviously sees how she is, you know, how she carries herself, how she looks, maybe what she got on, you know, a favorite trait he likes. Like, obviously he sees those things just from looking at her. So if he didn't see those traits, if he didn't have that little bit of physical attraction towards her, odds are he would not have approached her. So in order for you to approach anybody or to really like someone off the bat, you have to have some form of physical attraction to them. You know what I'm saying? And of course, obviously we can get into the whole, like, you know, how physical attraction can, you know, develop over time and things like that, which it can. But I think, you know, when you just see someone and you really like, you gotta see shorty, dude. You know what I'm saying? You gotta peek, you gotta think about it for a second. So I definitely feel like, yeah. But however, looks not the most important thing. That's what I've learned too, because for me, a deal breaker for me, actually, now that I'm thinking about it, is when someone, he could be 6 foot, you know, so he's tall, he's handsome, he got like little fish hair, he's got pretty eyes, pretty teeth, all that. If you have just a horrible personality, like if your inside is just ugly, that is such a deal breaker. I don't care how good you look, how great you sound, how nice it may be, baby, that is just not it for me. Like, that is a huge breaker for me, because it's like, because honestly, that's a waste. And actually, that brings me up to another deal breaker. I remember me and my friend Caleb were talking about this a few weeks ago, and he posted this funny picture on Instagram, and he was like, y'all be so fine but so boring. And it's true. Like, how are you going to be such a fine individual but literally can't hold a conversation? That literally, because it's almost like you have no it's like you have no substance. Like, or I feel like that has got to be one of the most disappointing things. That is such a deal breaker. Like, that's such a deal breaker for me. Like, how are you gonna be this fine? You really finna be out here and look this good, bro. On the dead homies, you look this good and you are this boring. You have no substance. Can't hold a conversation. That's a deal breaker for me. You can't hold a conversation, and your looks outweigh everything, because honestly, when we get old and gray, we don't look how we used to look. You know, people done had kids. We done got wrinkles. We done got a little thicky thick. You know what I'm saying? Like, all that stuff. When you get down to how a relationship is gonna last, I'm sorry, clearing my throat sounded like super ugly that time. I apologize. Need some more of this mango magic. But you know, when you get old, you want to grow old with someone. Their personality, what they stand for, their morals, principles, you know, traits, characteristics, those are going to be things that keep you. You know what I'm saying? Like, because physical attraction does wear off. Now, I really do believe it can last a while. You know, I feel like physical attraction can really last like a few months, but to go in terms of like long term, that just wears off, because then you're going to really see that person for who they are once your attraction to them starts wearing off, because all that is, you're just looking at is a face. Because I've had instances where, like, I don't know about you guys, but when I see a pretty girl, like, I love to tell her. I just like giving. It is much easier for me to give a female a compliment than it is to give a guy a compliment. I don't know why that is, but it's just much easier for me to talk to a girl. I could go up to her and be like, girl, you are so pretty. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if you have experiences if you're a girl, but when you, like, see a girl that's pretty and you're like, oh my goodness, she's so pretty, and then you go up and you actually tell her, and then she's like, thanks. Your attitude's a little ugly, sweetie. Like, that is so disappointing, because I'm not saying you can't really judge a person off that one interaction. Like, that's a stranger. You don't know them. Sis could have been having a bad day. You don't know. But because, for one, talking to strangers, like, I'm not the most outgoing person. I'm a little introvert and a little shy. So, like, when I actually do get up the courage to, like, give someone a compliment just, like, out of the blue and I don't know you, like, it's like, I'm gonna say it though, because who knows, she might need this. She might need to be gassed up on a day. I don't know what this is going through. And they just kind of respond with, like, this lackluster, like, answers, kind of like, all right, so, and it's not like I'm saying, look, you gotta know that you're cute. Obviously, you gotta have that confidence, how you carry yourself and all that stuff. But when the inside don't match the outside, that's a huge deal breaker for me. And also, going along with some of the other things one of y'all touched on, along with, like, having determination, motivation, a deal breaker for me is when I can tell early on or later on down the line that you don't know how to prioritize things. That is a deal breaker for me, because I feel like in life you need to prioritize certain things. There are all things that we want in life, things we want to buy, but we are in our 20s now, y'all. We are grown, so we need to start prioritizing things that matter, like our rent, our car payment, our cell phone bills, food, like, gas money. Those are necessities. Those things need to be priorities. We can get to and from work, get to and from, wherever, and then, on the weekends we can go out, kick it at the function. You know what I'm saying? But we gotta prioritize first. And I really don't like if I can see that in the first, like, few weeks or first month I'm talking to you, and I'm just getting the vibe that you don't really know how to do that. And that's a deal breaker for me. Another deal breaker for me, I'm thinking either this is my last one or next to last one, but if you don't respect your mom or your parents in general, if you don't have respect for the people that raised you, especially your mother, as a guy, because I've always heard, I'm sure you guys have heard it too, the way a man treats his mother is how he would treat you. And I really feel like that is so true. It really warms my heart when I see men that just really value their moms, listen to everything that they tell them, or everything that they told them growing up. Like, when you can tell that a man, like, genuinely loves his mother, he's always just trying to, I love that, because I would rather you be a mama's boy in a sense than just be completely disrespectful to your mother, honestly. Now, I know there's like a line. You can't be like a, super mama's boy and not have no sense of being independent, obviously. You gotta have some balance. But I really like when I see a guy that has respect for the people that raised him. And I know everyone's situation with their parents are different, and certain, there are certain things. But for the most part, if I can tell, his parents are good people, and, that they raised him right, and his mom, is a sweetheart, then if you don't have that respect for her, I don't feel like you're gonna respect me in the end, because that's your mom. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's your mother. That's the woman that birthed you, and that's in general too. Because I feel like, for you guys have seen it, like, on social media, with women, and with our climate, how it is. You've seen how men talk about women. You see how they're talked about, whether it be in music or whatever. You see how that goes, and how the treatment of a woman can be. So if I feel like you're one of those guys and that's really how you view women, like, it's not just like, ain't no song there, like, this is really how you feel about women, like, that's disrespectful. And how can you really love and value someone if you have no respect for them? Same goes into what my best friend said, not taking into consideration a woman's struggle. And there are so many things that women deal with, along with men as well. But that goes with, like, really anyone taking in someone, showing what they deal with, whether it be with, mental health, insecurities, all that type of things, being considerate for other people. You've got to be. I also, it's gonna be my last one. A really big, like, deal breaker for me, I don't mind you going out and hanging out, you know what I'm saying, doing your thing, go out with the homies, you know. I don't mind that. I just don't like someone that does that in excess. Like, you're always partying, always, you know, all that type of stuff. That also goes to another fact. A deal breaker for me, regardless, is like a whole lot of drinking and like smoking in any way, shape, form, or fashion. Vaping, weed. I don't like the smell of it. Don't like cigarettes. Don't like, none of that. Those are all deal breakers for me. So all that combined with like going out, that's a deal breaker for me. That's not, baby, I'm not messing with you. That's a huge deal breaker for me. I don't know about you guys, but all the ones that y'all gave me on Instagram, those are some good ones. Those led me into some that I have. Like I said, this episode wasn't super structured. I'm just kind of just really talking to y'all, kind of going off of whatever y'all gave me. And I hope you guys enjoyed. This is all I have for the dating deal breakers. Make sure that you follow me on Instagram so you can get your response featured in the next podcast, and also be sure to subscribe to let me know that you enjoyed this video, and also be sure to give me a thumbs up if you liked it as well. And whatever you do not forget to click that bell so that you get notified every single time that I post. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you next time with another video.